What's good, everyone? What is up? Good evening and welcome back to my channel. Hope everybody's doing well and okay. The lights have gone off for some freaking reason. Let me turn these lights on. Why is this not coming? There we go. We got the lights on, blue and red. Miz will be joining us very shortly. We'll bring him on. But listen, I've been enjoying life. Yeah, I've been enjoying life. I've been staying indoors. And you know, I'm not letting Manchester United bring me down, man. I'm going round telling everyone it could be worse, and it is. It is worse for you. Right now, I think the best thing to do is just play 50 Cent "Get Rich or Die Trying" album. That's it. Drake dropped a Valentine's album. I'm gonna listen to that. Drewski dropped some content. I'm gonna look at that. I'm enjoying life. I am not letting Manchester United depress me. But on the other hand, we've got our brother Miz. He's in the mud, as he claims. He's in the mud. And I'm telling him, it could be worse. It could be worse. It could be worse. They've just taken an absolute beating against Brighton. I mean, forget about 3 goals. It was 3 holes, man, on Valentine's Day. All holes got covered. Miz, man.
Bro, you're done a dirty on me. Is that how you introduce me?
Man.
3 holes got covered. That's how you want to introduce me, bro. You
guys
you
were
are bad.
vibrating, and I don't know if it was because of the ball or something else, but you guys were shook.
Nah, they made some serious love to us, bro.
Oh,
And
passionate,
and and and
passionate.
we did not have any say in it. They just turned us around, tossed us around. They did all sorts, bro. Stuff that I
Brighton
didn't even think
used
was
you.
imaginable.
They used you as a rebound. You know when you have rebound when you rebound with someone, they used you
Yeah.
as a rebound after Everton and Forest. Forest
Mm,
absolutely
yeah.
demolished Brighton. They
Mm,
they 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 just absolutely collapsed Brighton. Yeah, they set levels when it came to this Brighton football, Brighton
mm,
FC, this, that, the other, all of this malarkey that people go on about Brighton at the time. At the time, though, in Brighton's credit, they had a lot of injuries,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But Forest absolutely dispatched them. Brighton then used all that pent up frustration, all that tension, and they exerted it on you guys, man.
Oh my days. And how they exerted as well. My goodness. You know what,
Mitoma.
Faz? That game 3-0 is a flattering to us. Like we've been flattered. Like they should have won 6, if I'm being honest. They
Yeah,
should have won 6. And you know, there are games where Faz, you come out and go, do you know what? We made a lot of chances, man. Our players didn't put it away. We created a lot of things. We should have, the scoreline should have been a lot better. We created jack all.
was it not 0 shots on target?
0 shots
Oh
on
my god.
target.
Oh my
0
god.
shots on target, and Brighton absolutely finessed us.
Oh my god.
Finessed. Do you know what I mean? So look, I don't even know where to begin. Our owners were apparently watching that game live. I've not seen any footage of them, but the word that was going around that our owners were there. Our owners, Faz, they love everything about Brighton. They are in love. It's almost as if they bought the wrong club. They
Yeah, yeah.
accidentally bought Chelsea. They really should have bought
You know
Brighton.
when you get into a relationship and your girlfriend likes your friend more than you, like not in the sense of they like their looks, but they're like, oh, look at your friend, he's so nice.
Yeah,
Look at
yeah,
how he talks. Oh, look
yeah,
at your friend's jeans. Like
yeah.
they're
If you
always
like him
going
so
on.
much, why are you with him?
Why are you
Why
not
ain't you
with
with?
him? Why are you with me? And the next thing you know, you come to find out they're in bed with your friend.
Yeah,
I
look,
mean,
I
I'm
mean,
sure
this is
Chelsea
this is
have
how
some
it
staff
feels.
members from Brighton, don't they?
Now, do you know what? This is how it feels, Faz, that they admire them so much. We have so many Brighton ex-players at Chelsea Football Club. We've got so many Brighton ex-employees at Chelsea Football Club. I'm sure behind the scenes they're sleeping with Brighton. Do you know what I mean? Cheating on Chelsea Football Club. But look, in all honesty, in all seriousness, oh, don't do this, bro. Why am I in full screen? Man's got me on full screen.
I'm back. I'm back. Sorry. Yeah, I was doing too much Chelsea hate. I think Todd Bowley mess up my network.
And I don't want to do full screen, bro. I'm not up for full screen. Look, I mean, we are in struggle town, Faz. It's not even a joke anymore. We are in
Yeah, but
absolute
stop
struggle.
being negative.
Here we
You're
go.
1 point away from top 4. I mean, hey, the way City have crawled back into this top 4 race, almost, they're how many points? 3 points away from Forest, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
The way they've crawled back, and they face Liverpool next.
Faz,
Their
if
next game is against Liverpool. Huge game.
you a question right now, Faz.
Go on, ask me.
Who's had the better? By the way, is that biryani?
I wasn't lying.
Man's doing premature ejaculation biryani, bro. Your match is tomorrow, bro.
I'm eating my way through the pain. This is what I can do. I'm eating. I'm enjoying life. I'm looking at the brighter things in life. Man United in the mud. I cannot let Man United starve me. I'm not going to.
Bro, honest question. If I was to ask you right now, who's had the better season, Man City or Chelsea? Who would you say?
Ooh.
Serious question.
Ooh.
Man City or Chelsea? Who's had the better season so far?
Ooh. So far. Ooh.
Some parts of you would say Chelsea, yeah?
Oh. Nah, I don't think City have had a better season than I think you've had
that's probably very logical response considering how the season's gone. Yeah? How are they in front of us?
January transfer window. I think that's just what it comes down to. January transfer window and Pep's divorce. I think that's the only 2 ways that you can justify. There's nothing else. Have they had any major injuries that they've got back? I think so.
I think Rodri is their biggest injury, so he's not back.
But they've had the odd here stuff like that, but majority of the players been okay. I think the 3 biggest injuries is Grealish, Rodri, and Akanji, isn't it? That are out.
Well, right now, yeah, but they've had at one stage no Ruben Diaz, no Nathan Ake, no many, like KDB wasn't free
KDB
for a little while. They missed Haaland as well for a few games earlier on in the season. There was a moment in between.
I think the reason why I say Chelsea is because the number one factor is you have a new manager. I think that's the number one thing. And the ship is so unsteady for him to be able to steer the ship into an upward trajectory. Considering Newcastle, who've had a manager who's been here for a few years, considering Brighton, who would normally be in that mix, Forest have thrown spanner in the works as well. Nobody expected Forest to do what they did. Nobody expected Spurs to be this bad. I would say Chelsea just by a fine margin, but
I'd agree.
But I say that with a pinch of salt because how are Bournemouth going toe to toe with you as well? That's a very
forget toe to toe. They're ahead of us
on points, the same points as you, but ahead by goal difference, if I'm not mistaken.
And Faz, Bournemouth, they're 2 frontline strikers. So you know how your club and my club and you and me, we've complained about strikers. Like, we don't have strikers. None. Both our clubs are in the mud. We don't have strikers. How's Bournemouth with 2 frontline strikers out for the season still operating the way they're operating? How? They didn't even go to the market in January and get a new striker or anything.
They didn't.
So how is this happening? How's that manager finding solutions?
At the start of the season, would anybody sit here and tell you some of the Bournemouth players some of the Bournemouth forwards get into Chelsea or Manchester United front line?
No.
Would you?
No, I didn't even know half of their players.
That's what I mean. So I don't know how we can sit here and not credit some of their forwards. Semenyo, for example, he's had a really good season. Really good
Top
season.
season. Top
Justin
season.
Cliver, very good season so
Yep.
far as well. But at the start of the season, would anybody sit here and tell me Justin Cliver would be able to, contend for top four?
He was being disrespected at the start of
He
the
was being
season.
disrespected. A former
Yeah.
Roma player, right?
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
former Roma player, and nobody gave him credit. Another one is Chris Wood. Nobody puts any ounce of respect to this day on Chris
Yeah.
Wood.
Yeah.
And he just
Burnley striker. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
West Brom striker. What's
yep,
he know? What's he gonna
yep,
do? Do you know
yep,
what I mean?
yep. And I think this is where football fans in general have gone wrong with the
Yeah.
flashy name, the
Yeah.
flashy background, Gekorez, Osimhen, Vlahovic, Šeško, all of these names have deluded us. Bro, people are not I'm being there, people are not respecting Cliver and Semenyo enough. They are not respecting them enough. What they are doing in their respectable teams. Even what's the other striker? The Brazilian striker for Bournemouth. Evan
Evan
Nilsson, is it?
Nilsson.
Evan
Evan
Nilsson.
Nilsson. Yeah. He's
Yeah, Evan
very
Nilsson.
good.
He's been out for a little while. He's been
Yeah.
out for a little while, but he's had. I think he's scored a handful of goals for Bournemouth so far this season.
Yeah. He's important factor for Bournemouth. Very important.
You look at these teams and how they're going toe to toe with big Chelsea, big City. Tyler Adams. Nobody can tell me Tyler Adams. Anybody counted as a midfielder that would play in any of the big 5 or 6 teams in the Premier League, even Spurs. But this is what it is when it comes to these teams, and especially when it comes to this manager, the Spanish manager, Areola. He's done such a good job. But these managers, they leave these organizations, they go to the likes of Chelsea, Man United, and they go couple.
Do you know what the problem is, Faz? Right? The problem is these clubs, your club, my club, and other clubs that are sort of meant to be the top clubs and they're not operating as top clubs. Our problem has become that, well, for us, it's not even about names anymore. We're going in a different sort of direction. But in general, I'm talking, we are far more concerned about image, branding, getting a player that is going to be more commercialized, Faz, as opposed to a player that is more suited for the squad. So, for example, Faz, Chris Wood, both of us would do anything for Chris Wood right now to be in our team, correct?
Yeah.
But Chris Wood would not entice a club like Man United because, are we really going to sell Chris Wood jerseys? Are people going to buy Chris Wood merchandise?
And he's 33 and he's finished.
It's not really a Man United type of a name. See, this is the problem with modern day football. They forget about efficiency. What is effectively a good squad building method as opposed to, let's get, like Hojlund, for example, Faz. Yeah, that's the kind of Man United name we want. Up and coming superstar, this, that, the other. Merchandise are going to be sold. All the young Man United fans, the Mancunians, are going to come and they're going to chip. Hojlund can't even play football.
Absolutely can't. Chris Wood has more goals combined alone than our front line combined probably in the league. I mean, this is astonishing. 20 GA in 25 games, if I'm not 25 appearances. He's on absolute smoke.
That's a lovely comment there by Danish as well. Even Danny Welbeck
would be a best striker. Yeah.
We disrespect this stuff. Imagine, Faz, saying this to your fan base right now. Bring back Danny Welbeck. You know how troll people are gonna laugh at you, bro. You're gonna become a meme.
Like we already know. Like we already know. Do you know what I'm saying?
The fact that would he not do a better job? Would he not do a better job?
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%. Without shadow of a doubt. Without shadow of a doubt. 10 GA already this season. In 19 games. He's done so well. So well. And you have other players in Brighton contributing. You've got João Pedro, Mitoma, Minte. They're all contributing. Do you know what I'm saying?
Danny Welbeck is the captain of Brighton, you know. He's a leader.
Yeah. And he's
not a joke thing.
Again, a plus 30 player, 34 years old.
Yeah.
34 years old. And again, our fan base is so hung up on this. Let's go for young players, and
Same with us.
and you're so adamant and keep saying this, that your team and my team, your team are doing it, my team will be doing it. We're getting young players, regular young players, prospect players, like I've done with Aiden Heaven. I don't understand. What did the owner? What did the owner of Nottingham Forest see in Chris Wood when he bought Chris Wood, bro? What did they see in him? What did
Experience.
they see? For 20 million. Was it, how much was Chris Wood?
I don't
How
know the
much was,
exact price,
it
but
was
not
less than,
astronomical.
bro, Chris, I'm sure. Let me see. Chris Wood was very cheap.
Not
Transfer.
more than 20 million, that's for sure. Because no one heard of that transfer happening.
How much was it? 15 million pounds.
Wow, wow, what a bargain, bro.
Chris
What a
Wood.
return. What a return.
He has, what the fuck?
Yeah.
15 million pounds. What the
To
fuck?
potentially finish in top four. Do you know how
Bro,
good that return on investment is?
he's come at one point, he was going toe to toe with top league contenders, bro. At one
Yeah.
point, at one point, Nottingham Forest, Nuno Sancho sat there in the changing room and said, lads, let's have a go at this. Let's have a go, man. Can
Yeah.
you imagine? And we have, Nicholas Jackson, Sancho, Palmer. That's what you have. We have Hoyland, Xerxes, Ahmad, Garnacho, Ugarte, Bruno, Casemiro. Juggernaut names, humongous names in world football. Look at you, Caicedo, Enzo. Them two players together make up majority of the freaking team's combined squad in the Conference League.
Yep. No joke. No joke. It's poor squad building, man. Look, we are where we are, and we're gonna dwindle even further down. I know people keep saying, "Oh, but Miz, you're still fourth. Why are you so negative?" I know Faz. Last time, unluckily, we couldn't upload that on time. But Faz was saying that, Miz, what are you crying about? You're still fourth. That whole fourth situation is fugazi. It's
Is
very
it?
much
Is
fugazi.
it?
It
Because
is. It
is
is.
that not your target for this season? Finish top
No, no,
four?
no. It is like, look, before the start of the season, my expectation, and this isn't my expectation based on how I felt, is based on how I saw the squad compared to everyone else. I thought fifth or sixth finish is what's going to be most likely for the new manager with a new set of players and seeing how all the other teams were operating, right? Then we went through our good phase for about a couple of months where we were winning a lot of games and we were only 4 points or 3 points away from Liverpool. The expectation, rightly so, Faz, would change. When you see new evidence come to your table, you would then sit down and go, okay, looks like the team really wants to compete for top four. Having said that, most parts of the fan base still said the flaws are still there. The flaws still remain. Yes, we are winning games, but goalkeeper's an issue. Defense is still an issue. We're leaking goals. Midfield sometimes doesn't have balance. So we were still saying the right stuff. And none of us are too massively surprised that we've seen a bit of a rocky period. But the problem is the rocky period it's been extensive. We've had 2 wins out of the last 10 or something like that. Something ridiculous. 2 wins. So look, right now, a large part of the fan base is still thinking top 4 is what you should be going for. But it's one thing saying it, but it's another thing actually being logically looking at the whole team and going, can it actually do it? We don't have. When we had Nicholas Jackson, we still needed a top striker. Right now, we don't
Correct.
even have Nicholas Jackson. He's
Correct.
out till April. So right now, we don't have a striker. Forget about another striker to compete or maybe even take over him. So we didn't do that level of business. Then our goalkeeper, Sanchez, is pathetic. We give Jurgensen an opportunity and he's not really entirely.
And by the way, your other keeper is in Bournemouth, who are above you.
Exactly. And Jurgensen's not really, showcasing any sort of impressive nature about him. It's still early days, but it's not like he's blowing things apart. Our defense is leaking goals left, right, and center. So when you see all of this, our position in the league was very, very, you know, it was misguided. It was
Hmm.
misguided. We were there
Do
because of
you
that
not
good
have
period that
any
we had.
trust in your back line in Chalobah and Colwell? Do you not trust these guys? Because a lot of teams would say, Kukurea is a very good fullback. Gusto is a very desirable fullback.
Mm.
It's your centre back partnership between Chalobah and Colwell. Do you not rate these guys?
But obviously, you don't watch Chelsea on a regular. You catch them whenever you can, right?
Sure.
Colwell has been shit this whole season. I don't know whether you noticed the way he conceded the goal yesterday. Did you see Colwell how he pretended or whatever to be tagged? He wasn't even touched one bit.
Yeah,
Falls
yeah,
over, gives the ball away. Minte ends up scoring
yeah,
exactly where he left the hole.
yeah.
So Colwell's been doing that on a regular this whole season, falling over, giving the ball away, not being strong enough. As a defender,
But do you
Faz,
not have grace for him because he's so young?
see, this is the problem. I would have grace for him if we had a Thiago Silva next to him. I would have grace for him. I'd be like, you know what? We've got a defensive stalwart. We've got a defensive leader that Colwell can learn from.
Mm.
Colwell is literally teaching his trait to others.
Well,
And when he
Chalobah, yeah.
himself, is not developed.
Mm.
This is why we as a football club, I can't sit there and be like, oh, let me have a little bit of leeway for Colwell. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is Chelsea Football Club. This isn't a development club. Like, I'm happy to give time to Colwell if my club was serious to put a Van Dijk-esque type of a defender next to him.
Yeah.
Then I'd be like, you know what? Let me give him a bit more time. Let him learn. Our club has created a situation where he's deemed as our best defender and he's rubbish.
And he's young, bro. He's 21 years old. People are like centre backs will play till 28, 29, 30 even. I mean, Thiago Silva was an exception in his own right, He
But
was one of a
Faz,
kind.
we say he's young, which is obviously true, but what's the point of having a young defender amongst more young defenders? How are they going to learn, Faz, bro? How are they going to learn? How's Colwell meant to develop? Development doesn't happen simply time. Development happens by surrounding yourself with elite players.
Yeah, sure.
I'm not going to develop as a content creator if I'm just stuck with nonsense.
Yeah.
True or not?
Yeah. You're right. You're
Like,
right.
there's so much that I've already learned from you in such a short amount of time. Thumbnails, this, that, timing. But there are content creators that are doing this for a long, long time. They're not giving me that kind of advice.
Yeah. Yeah. I get it. I get it.
If I'm
I definitely
surrounding
get it.
myself with elite individuals, I am only going to become elite
Yes, by default, yes.
by default because you're
You're a
going to
product
raise
of your
my
surrounding.
game.
You're a product of your surrounding.
You're going to raise my game. It's simple as that. If I'm surrounded by nonce, bro, I'm going to become a nonce too. Yes or no?
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
so how are we sitting here going, oh, but he's young, give him a bit of time? It doesn't matter, man. Time's not going to fix nothing here. He's surrounded by a goalkeeper that is ridiculously shaky. He's surrounded by centre backs next to him who are shaky. He's surrounded by strikers who can't score. But what's he going to learn?
What do you make of because obviously I saw your post match and you were defeated, deflated. You were you were absolutely distraught and broken. What did you make of this when your manager says the positive from this match is that we don't have to play Brighton
That's a fake.
again?
That's a fake quote.
Is it?
So
Oh,
the reason, okay, so there's context behind that.
I thought that's a real quote, and I thought no way Maresca said that.
No. So after the FA Cup loss against Brighton, our manager came out publicly and said, well, the positive to being knocked out from the FA Cup is we can concentrate on the Premier League and we can
Oh,
concentrate
okay,
on the
okay.
Conference League. So then we got whooped by them again. So then I was being cheeky and said, now the
Yeah.
manager's going to come out and say, well, the positive of being, losing to Brighton is we don't have to play Brighton again. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
So
Right.
that was a bit of a tongue-in-cheek.
We
But
discussed this in our show, but unfortunately it didn't air. But we
Mm.
will discuss this on here. What is your problem Are Chelsea fans' problem with Jadon Sancho?
Do you know what? Look, Jadon's too passive. He's not aggressive enough. You're coming in with some level of. I know your reputation was tarnished a little bit in Man United, not a little bit, a lot, but you're still coming into Chelsea Football Club with some level of reputation that you're a bit of a superstar, right?
Mm.
Then you come to Chelsea, you light it up in the initial stages. I don't know whether that is because you're upbeat, you want to impress, and now when things are getting a little bit tough over the last 2-3 months, everyone around you is collapsing. You think that let me collapse with them. So my problem with Jadon Sancho, along with a lot of the Chelsea fan base, that will say is that he's too passive. Faz. He gets the ball out in the wings. He's got his man. We want him to go show some aggressive nature, take your man on, or play that forward pass. He's always consistently looking to play back. He's inside the box, Faz, where he can probably utilize to cut outside and try and whip in a shot with his right, and he decides to pass it backwards. He sees that there's a brilliant opportunity to put a through ball in and release someone. He seems to pass it sideways. Why? Why, Jadon? Express yourself. We're in the mud. Get us out of the mud if you can. But it's what you said in that show, which unfortunately didn't get aired. He's not the biggest issue. He's not. But he is an issue at the moment. So that is the problem with Jadon Sancho right now at our fan base. And him being so still focused on Man United, Marcus Rashford, he going in there and commenting freedom. Jadon,
He's doing all of this.
concentrate.
Freedom fighting. He's
Like-
doing freedom fighting.
Jadon Sancho, concentrate, brother. Concentrate on life.
It's become a huge norm of celebrating and promoting footballers for the sake of just because they're footballers. I've noticed this. Oh, protect him. Oh, don't say anything. Oh, it's okay if they do this lifestyle stuff. Oh, it's okay. They're just expressing themselves off the pitch and and all of this. It's a lot of like, oh my God, they're such athletes. They've worked so hard to become an athlete. We should praise all of them. We should be so much more nice to them. None of this used to happen. Just about 6-7 years ago, 5 years ago, even none of this shit used to happen, bro. Now it's like a given right. If you're an athlete, you by default deserve an X amount of respect because you run and you lift weights and you can play a sport at a high level. That's it. That qualifies you to get all the respect in the world, and everybody should protect you, and nobody should question your ability in what you do. Firstly, Jadon, let's just address it this way. Jadon cost you less than what Dogu cost us. So that's a huge. Jadon costs less than half of Pedro Neto.
It's good business. It's good business.
It's
That's
one
how
of the
we
best
operate.
business that you could ask for,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
His performances this season alone warrant him being more than 25 million. Am I right?
He's produced some assists. He's scored some really good goals as well, and one notable one against Tottenham. So, yeah, maybe not too much more than 25 million, but definitely more than 25 million. I agree. I agree.
Probably about 35 million, maybe 30,
Yeah,
35 million.
Yeah,
So
it's a bargain at 25. It's a bargain.
Yeah, so he's giving you his money's worth. So Chelsea fans, especially Matisse or anyone coming at Jadon, I don't think it's warranted. But you cannot look at a player on the pitch and say, "Oh my God, he made the wrong pass." Wait a minute, he was cheap, so that's okay to make the wrong pass. You can't look at football like that. Doesn't matter the price tag. You have to do the right actions on the pitch, regardless. I think him and Cole, two players in Chelsea that are probably right now going through a downward patch, probably a cold, off patch. And the fact is, it is okay and it is normal. Both of these players, especially Cole, these are not seasoned veterans. Salah is a seasoned veteran. KDB is a seasoned veteran. These players are the type of players that you can look and say, right, I can rely on such players to produce the goods in the dying moments when I need to. You can't really ask. I think because Cole performed the way he did early on in the season, now you have comments from fans saying, oh, the Cole Palmer downfall needs to be studied. There's nothing to study. He's a young player who's just having a down period in a season. Very normal. Very,
It's
very
not
normal.
it's not even that, Faz. It's what I just told you like literally 10 minutes ago, that Cole Palmer surrounded himself with some very bang on average players.
Yeah.
So it's only time. Like, I feel sorry for Cole. Cole was unable to lift the game of others. He was raising the roof last season. He was lifting the standards even in the England international, the
Correct.
Euros.
People were dying and begging for him to start in England. Yes.
Yeah, and he was. Look, I still can't forget the goal he scored against Spain in the final. First time finish outside of the box, laced it.
As a sub.
As a sub, he honestly changed the momentum of that game towards England. At that point, I thought England was going to win. But luckily enough, Spain did come back and took the honours, rightly so. But Cole Palmer, he can only do that much, man. He can only do that much. And then he will get broken the way he is right now. This is why clubs like your Liverpool, if a player is going through a bad patch, what happens, Faz? That player doesn't go through that bad patch for too long because people around him
Yes.
lift him back up again. Okay?
And they rotate really well.
And they rotate really well. Similar thing with Manchester City. People around a player that
They
is doing
rotate
bad
very well.
lift them up. For us, who's going to lift up Cole Palmer, bro? Who? They're all poor. They're all rubbish. Do you know what I mean? Who's going to lift them up?
It is true.
Cole tried to lift others. Cole's like, come on, guys, get to my level. Come, get to my level. Raise your level to get to my level. And they said, no. You be you, we be us. And then Cole had to be forced to get to those levels. So, look, I mean, coming back to another very interesting point that you just said about Jadon Sancho and sometimes how some of these players, the way they carry themselves on social media and whatnot. And you've mentioned that, nothing seems to be a problem for new age sort of fans these days. Everything's okay. They're athletes, let's praise them, this, that, the other. Faz, I don't know what type of character you are in terms of this topic that I'm going to talk about, is that I care what certain players, what they do outside of the football. I care.
Okay, yeah.
Like, I don't know about you, and I know a lot of the fans in the live chat will probably might disagree. I want to know what type of player is coming to my football club. And it's not necessarily just based on, they're talented players, so keep your mouth shut. As long as they deliver on the field, it doesn't matter what they do outside of the field. No, I'm sorry. No. I'm from an old school generation. I want my players to carry themselves in a certain manner when they're representing Chelsea Football Club. I don't want no nonsense shenanigans outside of the field. Now, I'm not saying you can't do stuff. You want to hang out, you want to do, but what I'm saying is don't get yourself involved, or don't get yourself, in situations where it's going to create a social media mess for you. Like, for instance, Nicholas Jackson with Astrid Wet. Okay? Madueke. Like, Madueke has had many examples like this online. Mudryk has had many. Jadon Sancho, look, no one's stopping you from doing what you want to do on social media, but be aware. Read the room. Is it wise for you to do what you think or you're deeming to be okay?
What's he done now?
No, as in
the comment. The comment. Yeah.
Ultimately, Marcus Rashford slapped him across the face as well. Marcus Rashford said, "Don't associate me with you, Jadon.
Yeah.
Don't tell me. Don't mix me with your situation. Trying to mix me with me. That I'm in the same. I was in the same situation as you. No.
Yeah.
Marcus Rashford's trying to say, I still like Man United.
Yeah.
I still like Man United. It didn't work out. Whatever the case is, I need a new journey. But you saying freedom makes it look like I need to be. I was suffocating. I need to be liberated, or I need to be whatever the case is, similar to you. No, that's not the same case. That's what Marcus Rashford's trying to say, right? So this is why I get annoyed at certain players. Like, mind your business, focus on football, concentrate on football. So
Yeah, I think getting involved with outside things is a bit unnecessary. I think it's a bit unnecessary, especially when it comes to club politics. I don't know why Jadon commented, and the best way to respond to that comment is no response. I think that would have been the best way to go about it. But he has rattled. I think the reason why he's done that is probably knowing what Manchester United fans are going to react to it. I think that's why. I think
yeah,
he's done that knowing that
knowing,
he can
yeah,
trigger Manchester United fans. I think that's why he's done it.
yeah, I
I think
agree.
that's why. I think that's why.
I
There's
agree.
no other reason. He's never had to. I've never seen pictures of him and Rashford. I've never seen him and Rashford in
Oh,
preseason.
really?
No,
So they're not even close.
not really. No, I've not seen. Rashford is known to have very close friendship with Malassia. They go everywhere together. They go dinner together. They go They do everything together.
Hmm.
They share clothes together and everything.
So
Um,
when they were together as teammates, Sancho and
no,
Rashford were never like a thing.
no, never,
See that makes me think. I
never.
think your theory is right. Sancho knew what he was doing.
Yeah, they may be
Sancho wanted to.
listen. They may be friends, but they're not as close as Rashford and Malassia. Rashford and Mal go everywhere together. They do everything together, right? I think Rashford and Bissaka were very, very, very close as well. But I've not seen Jadon and Rashford go back and forth or whatever. Not publicly, anyways. So for
Hmm.
Jadon to come out publicly and make a comment, freedom, he knew what he was doing. He
Hmm.
knew what he was doing.
Wanted to
People
get
are
a
saying I'm
reaction.
lying. I'm going off IG posts, but that's what I'm going off. I'm going off Instagram posts. Yes, I haven't seen them together in many things. I haven't. I have
People
not.
in the live chat, you literally know Faz has, I'm pretty sure, direct communication with Dalot. Like he could find this out if he really wanted to. Like he could literally ask Dalot and say, "Are these guys were they friends?" He
I tell
could
you what, some
literally.
Manchester United players are not friends. I can tell you that for free.
Yeah, well, you can see it. Like
I can't
it's
recall. I can't
natural.
recall if they did go to events together. I actually can't recall. I actually can't recall. Maybe I'm forgetting. Oh yeah, they did go on holiday together one preseason, couple of seasons ago. There were pics of them on holiday. It was, yes, there was. I think that was like 2 or 3 seasons ago. 3 seasons ago, maybe. There
Mm.
was a picture of them two, yeah, in a private jet going on holiday together. I just remembered, yeah. But again, look, um, regardless of all of this, maybe they are very close friends. I think that the comment, this point still remains, is the comment was unnecessary.
It's unnecessary,
Very unnecessary. Very, very unnecessary.
unprofessional as well.
Jadon is still
Uh,
still contracted to Manchester United. You know what I mean?
you
Still,
guys pay him.
yeah,
You,
still,
he's your employee. Like
yeah, still,
imagine me
yeah.
saying that kind of stuff to my employees.
So it tells you what he thinks about. It tells you what he thinks about Manchester United. That
Mm.
one word, freedom, says a lot. I'll be honest, a lot. It
Yeah,
means that he's been held back. It means that
he's
Rashford
been a
was
hostage. He's been a
hostage.
hostage.
Rashford was made a
Been
hostage
tortured. Been tortured.
against his will. You know, and all of these other politics. And the thing is, we only have to look back um, at another player of ours who is an academy graduate, very well known player, well established player, and he was a very good player in some aspects. It's Jesse Lingard, and he came out and had some shots as well at some players at some shots at some fans recently because of what was said about him online. I don't know if you saw it. Did you see?
No, I didn't see that. What happened?
Right then, so here it is, right? So a person, a fan,
Mm.
tweeted. I'll share this with you. There you go. A fan tweeted.
So this is
So
latest, is it?
this
Oh,
is
it's
this is
recent.
very
Recent, yeah.
recent. Yeah, this is this month. So look at this. So they uploaded a video of throwback to when Jesse Lingard, some clips, blah blah blah. And then he said this has been overrated, wasted talent. And then someone said played plenty of times in the league, played in the World Cup, won trophy, scoring in finals for his boyhood club, literally a career many players would never have dreamt of having. You have to evaluate how you rate players. Now, the first thing I'll say is just by going off, oh, he scored in a final, he's won a trophy. Oh my god. The thing is, there's levels to standards and levels to
Mm.
dreams.
Yeah.
Your dream might be putting on a Man United shirt for the first team. That's your dream. You've achieved
Mm.
that. By default, you have achieved more than 99.999% of athletes out there.
Yeah.
You've achieved that. Done.
Yeah.
Your next target might be I want to win a trophy for Manchester United. That could be
Mm.
Carabao Cup, Community Shield, FA Cup, whatever trophy. You win a trophy, done. There's levels of does that make sense? Levels of dreams. Your dream
100%.
might be I want to become a
100%.
captain. I want to take this team to a Premier League title. I
Mm.
want to win a Champions League. I want to become the best player in this class for this
Mm.
team.
Yeah.
There's
Leave a
levels.
legacy.
Yeah, and leave a legacy. There's levels to like what was Phil Jones's legacy, right? How with no disrespect, what was Phil Jones's legacy? That's how you got to look at it.
Correct.
Because right now Joshua Zirkzee can sit and say I'm a Champions League winner with Bayern Munich, but he's had here you go minutes for Bayern Munich in the Champions League, literally like minuscule minutes.
Mm.
But he can use that and say I have achieved my childhood dream of winning a Champions League. He's got a Champions League to his name.
Does he
Yeah,
actually?
Joshua Zirkzee has a Champions League to his name. Yeah,
That's mad.
yeah. Because he's been part of the squad of Bayern Munich when they won the Champions League and many
I
other
think
trophies.
it's like Cole Palmer's situation as well. Like Cole Palmer's won the treble with Man City, by the way.
Yeah, 1920 season Champions League winner Joshua Zirkzee in Bayern Munich. I think he had like 5-6 minutes in a game. Someone in the chat will know how many minutes he had, but he had like just a couple of minutes in a game.
Wow.
But yeah. Now this tweet then progresses onto saying he destroyed the club and culture. Someone said, how? Is he part of the culture of the club? And then he tweeted, him, Pogba, Rashford destroyed the culture. Even Rooney admitted he was let have his own culture with those other two vultures after Sir Alex left. Lingard replied saying, please explain how me, Paul, Marcus destroyed Manchester United's culture. This is official Jesse Lingard account. And then
Wow.
he replied to it as well at some point, saying, you made us play well, which some dumb bastards that support this club don't like because you dance and have fun. We was just enjoying our life. If we played for enjoying our life, we played for the biggest club in the world. Of course, we made mistakes and we learned, but we're gonna have fun and smile and dance. That's what he replied. I don't think he's replied to anything else. Yeah. And then he just lots of positive messages. He said, and that note, good night. More than the negativity, United through and through, club will always have a special place in my heart. So a lot of players are speaking on the disrespect that Manchester United have caused to these players, or the problems that they have caused to these players. Lingard obviously publicly went and said, that he was held hostage as well. He wanted to go on loan. They didn't let him go on loan. They did not let he asked and they did not let him go on loan. There was loads of situations like this, where Amrabat came out and said, why didn't Man United sign you? He said, ask the directors why they didn't sign me. There's loads of politics like this with Manchester
United. Do you know what
United.
it is, Faz? Do you know what it is? Your fan base, and definitely you yourself, you guys have grew up in an era where you saw men like your Rio Ferdinands, your Vidiches, Giggs, Rooney, Paul Scholes, and the list goes on. The list goes on, right? You saw men. You didn't see players that were scoring goals and doing dance moves. You saw goals, they got back, let's score another one. Let's keep scoring, let's put the opposition in the mud. Then it shifted to a new generation where Jesse Lingard is scoring a consolation goal and he's doing dance moves and whatnot. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm just putting an example out there. Whether he did it or not is a separate story, but I'm just putting an extreme example out there. I think what these players are missing to understand, Faz, there's a way to carry yourself in a club like Man United, in a club like Chelsea, in a club like Liverpool, so on and so forth, right? Not saying that you don't dance or you don't show emotion. Do it, but know your place, You don't dance when you're 14th.
Yeah.
Please.
I
You
mean, Amad
don't.
Diallo dancing at the other week as well when we're like 13th or 12th, team dancing, Rasmus Højlund dancing. But the thing is, Miz, do you not like this players enjoying?
I do. Look. Amad Diallo dancing. He scored a hat trick. I think that's a
Against
separate.
Southampton, yeah.
That's a separate
I think
situation,
this was
right?
before then.
Was it before?
Yeah,
But
it was still when we were
Amad
12th.
Amad Diallo, literally, and we're going to talk about Amad Diallo. Obviously, he's out for the season. Amad Diallo has been, in certain games, single-handedly carrying you guys.
Yes, yes.
So him showing a little bit of emotion, him showing, a little bit of character, you can understand that. The man is single-handedly at times carrying you guys. I'm talking about, I don't know, let's say, for instance, Garnacho. Let's say he scores a goal and him going around, let's say, shushing people. Shh.
Yeah.
I'd be like, and I'm not saying Garnacho did that. I'm just throwing an example. That I don't like when players do that kind of stuff, man. Like, read the room a little bit better.
Who's that player that did that? Arsenal player.
Lewis Skelly.
Skelly, yeah. Skelly did
Yeah,
the humble
with
thing.
the Haaland thing. Yeah,
Yeah. I'm in two
read the
minds.
room.
I'm
Read
in
the
two
room a
minds.
little bit.
Part of me is like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't do that because you should understand who you're mocking. Big up to Lee Gunner for the raid as well. Appreciate you, Lee.
100%.
You should respect the opposition that you are mocking. But then I love a bit of shithousery because I do the same. So I like it. Now the dancing side of things, you have to understand, you've won a game, you're depressed because your team's doing bad, but then you're happy because you won a game. Am I gonna be upset with the dancing stuff? No, I'm not. I'm not gonna be upset. I think there's a time and place to do it, and I think them doing it inside the changing room only tells me that they are all happy with themselves and they are all in a space where they're all happy. So I can't really complain. I'll be honest. Do I want robots on the pitch? No. So in the changing room, to see players having fun only can tell you that, yeah, they are in a good mental mind frame, and maybe there are things above the players that are having more issues which are affecting the players. So if the players can stay in a bond, at least that's a positive thing.
But do you
That's just
think
how I look at it. But part of me, when I saw the Lewis Skelly celebration, I was like, what is he doing? Does he know what he's getting himself into? Because if Man City end up above them this season, do you know what I mean? Or Man City end up winning something and Arsenal don't win something, even though Skelly did that as a banter and whatever, which is great, which is fine, he will be trolled.
he'll be
He's going to
trolled?
be massively
Trolled.
trolled.
And he's made himself a huge target at a young age as well. He's made
Yes.
himself a huge target. What do you think is going to happen to Lewis Skelly when he goes to the Etihad next time? What's going to happen to him?
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to use your head a little bit more. Pick your battles. You don't just go out for the biggest fish out there when you yourself is a small little, tiny little pond fish.
Yeah.
Like, you're going for Haaland?
It's self-inflicted. It's
self-inflicted.
Yeah.
Know your position, mate.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying Lewis Skelly, one day if you turn out to be an absolute monster player, you've won a lot of trophies, now you want to act a bit arrogant and you have a bit of swagger about you. Sure. You want to show shithousery when your name has literally just arrived a couple of months ago. And you want to show shithousery to a player that has won it all?
Yeah.
Like, this is what I'm talking about.
I remember when Onana was doing shithousery and then he was getting chipped and sent back into the goal, man. His ass handed back to him. And then he stopped the shithousery. And it was absurd. It was very absurd. Why are you doing the shithousery when your team is performing so bad? It doesn't make sense. I think it makes Liverpool, I would understand if they did shithousery. Do Liverpool players do it? Forest players are overachieving by a gazillion miles.
I don't see them dance around and
They
prance
don't dance
around.
around, but you do have one of their players. What's his name? Who has the Snapchat? What's that
Is it
Forest name? Chat?
Morgan Gibbs White? Is that him?
No, not Gibbs White. Not Gibbs White.
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Who is it? Who is it that does the Snapchat?
Murillo.
I forgot. I forgot. Someone in the chat. Is it Ola? I think it's Ola that does it on Snapchat.
Oh, Olaina. Okay.
I think he's the one that does it on Snapchat. And he has a lot of fun on Snapchat, Olaina. And listen, at the end of the day, they're having so much fun. They're overachieving.
Bro, their one I can understand. Their one I can understand. They're overachieving. Do you know what I mean? Like, look, what I'm trying to say ultimately, Faz, is if you work for people, for a second, I always like to try and compare things with real life, because sometimes people, they look too much into football and they don't seem to connect the dots together. Put yourself in real life situation. Let's say for both me and Faz, let's say we work for Ernst & Young, right? Working for Ernst & Young and working for your local accounting office, they're two different things, you know. One is working for one of the top dogs in world economy in terms of auditing, Ernst & Young. And the other one is working locally. So you need to know how to carry yourself. I'm not going to be doing the kind of nonsense that I used to do in the local accounting firm. I'm not going to be doing that kind of nonsense in Ernst & Young. There's a different way to carry myself.
Yeah, sure.
So when you're a Man United player, when you're a Chelsea player, and this is people might look at this and go, Miz, this is not what is, leading them to be performing poorly. This is not the reason why. No, this is the problem, because we disregard everything. All of these things matter. How you carry yourself, how you perceive yourself, what you do outside of football. All of these things matter. How often do you see Mo Salah doing shenanigans in social media?
Yeah, not a lot. No, not a lot. Not a lot. Very locked in. Very serious.
Very serious. Very serious.
Very locked in.
You look at my club. They're all jokers, bro. Medueke, philosopher.
Didn't Cole Palmer make a TikTok of him going to Winter Wonderland?
This is what I mean. Like, they're all just immature
But
kids.
this is what happens when you have a young squad, though. You don't have anyone older to kind of keep them in line.
No.
That's what you have. I think that's the reason probably why Man United don't have a lot of stuff going about online, because you probably have the likes of Casemiro in there, Bruno in there, Harry Maguire in there, some older players that can just keep people a bit like, relax a bit, relax a bit. You got to think before you post things, or you got to think before you put things out there or go certain places or whatever. But then again, you look at Casemiro, for example, in my team, he's probably not asked anymore because he's not even playing. He's not getting any minutes.
He don't give a F.
I think the last time I saw Casemiro was in a restaurant enjoying pasta or something. That's what he gets here you go minutes now for Manchester United. That's what he gets. But anyways, let's touch on my game tomorrow. Spurs.
Wow. 14th versus 15th, Both of us had to laugh. Ladies and gentlemen, this is deemed as the blockbuster Sunday afternoon game. This is what the Premier League is dishing out to us on Sunday. Blockbuster 14th versus 15th. Honestly, what has this dunya come down to, bro? This is sad now.
14th versus 15th is the hottest topic right now.
It's prime time. It's prime time.
Oh my God. This is what it's become.
Faz, I'm ashamed to talk about this game. I'm ashamed.
Why are you ashamed?
And I'm not even a fan of any of this team.
Why are you ashamed?
Just it's ridiculous. Like 14th versus 15th. Would we ever talk about 14th versus 15th?
Nah. Nah,
But
we
here we
wouldn't.
are talking about 14
Yeah.
versus 15.
But tell me, man. I mean, look, you have the blueprint at the
Mm.
Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. You came back from a 2-0 deficit
Mm.
in the first half. Sancho
Mm.
gave you the first goal, and
Yeah.
then Palmer and Enzo
Mm.
and Palmer again ended up giving you a nice victory, a 4-3 victory over Spurs. What's the
You want me to give you a blueprint? You want me to give you
yeah?
a
Give me the
blueprint?
playbook, man. What do we do?
Bro, you're losing. I can't help you. You're not winning this. This is one thing that we can only do to Tottenham. No matter how good they're doing or no matter how bad they're doing, they're always going to get their ass whooped by us. Always. And this is not even banter. This is fact. We could be in the mud. They could be high flying. We will punish them. When they see us, the blue jersey all over, they get rattled. It's not the same with you guys, bro. They look at you and they see, yeah, we're going to eat tonight. Yeah. So, Faz, I'm sorry to break this to you. I'm fearing for the worst for you tomorrow. You're about to get your ass handed. I'm sorry, bro. There are certain teams you just cannot handle. Spurs are one of them. You can do a lot of nonsense with all these other teams, scam a victory, this, that, the other. Spurs, for some reason, spank you lot up all the time. I don't know why. They spank you up. So now with no Ahmad, bro, who's your outball, bro? There's no Ahmad. There was one player, just one player that I could say, do you know what? Maybe Faz might have an opportunity tomorrow. Maybe, just maybe, he might be able to do something. Bro, that player's gone. Gonski, rest of the season, finito. What are you going to do now? Who's going to play instead of Ahmad? Tell me who's playing, bro.
I think we're gonna get a draw tomorrow.
The man is so confidently saying draw like it means something, bro. That's still rubbish. That is still rubbish.
No, not in the grand scheme of things. Not in the grand
What
scheme.
is the grand scheme of things?
The grand scheme of things. What is it?
Bro, this guy's finito, bro. This club, I thought I was bad, bro. Man United is done, bro. You guys are you should be ashamed, Faz, bro. I can't, bro. Take another new team, bro. Just take another new team. Pick. No one's gonna know. No one's gonna know.
No one's gonna know. I think if we get a draw tomorrow, it just helps us close down the gap to that top 10 position. You know what I'm saying? So please stop, man. Let me sell this in it properly, man. So tomorrow, Manchester United versus Spurs. I believe that we can draw, and a draw strengthens Manchester United in the run to close down the gap to the top 10 position. At 10th, you have Brighton, who have been in a rocky patch. I was going to reach out to Miz and ask him to do me a favor and possibly beat Brighton and slow them down, or at least get a draw, but he failed. So now I have to take matters into my own hand once again. This has happened before, earlier on in the season, if you remember, when I asked Miz to do me a favor, and he was, doing all the I'll think about it, and he was doing all the bad, like talking like a bad bee and all of this, and now look, he's in the mud with me. Well, not as much as
not
in the mud,
with you, okay? Calm
but
down with the mud with me. I'm in a different type of mud.
You're in a mud bath.
You are in filth.
Voluntary
Proper
mud.
filth.
Sewers. I'm in the sewers.
You're in the sewers. No bath, no shower is gonna clean you lot up.
Big up to Ronald with the super chat says, why talk about Tottenham versus United? Was this brother not talking about Chelsea when he was 13th or 14th just 2 seasons ago? We're bad for sure, but brother, don't act brand new now in Conference League.
Bro, no one's acting brand new, bro.
You was acting brand new early on this season. When I asked you for a favor, yeah, you threw me to the curb. The fact is, you were so petty, yeah, you heard me out first. You didn't reject me. You didn't say, when a guy approaches a girl and she says, no, sorry, not interested. You heard me out. You flirted with me. You
I wanted to
flirted
hear
with
what you had to say. I wanted the
yeah.
people live hear what you nonsense that you have to say, so that then I can go and slam you. Do you know what I mean? So,
Oh
look,
my god.
put it this way, Faz. Um, I, I feel for you guys tomorrow, and there's rumors about how there's leaks about Amorim. I don't know whether
Yes.
some of these things are true. Is it true, Faz?
Yes,
There's
it
all of
is.
this
Yes.
stuff that they don't like Amorim.
So the
He's
fact,
favorite
yeah, the fact is the
favoring
players are
Portuguese
unhappy with
people.
Amorim. Yeah, it's the truth. The players are unhappy with Amorim, and then I'm telling you this as a fact, not as a report, as a fact that the players
Wow.
are unhappy with Ruben, and three of the players went to Ruben and asked him to. Actually, this is not even public news. I don't think. Shit. Yeah, there are some players who went to have a meeting with Ruben to discuss the current situation with the tactics and stuff, and they're not happy. They're not
Wow.
happy. Um, and the injuries have properly piled on now because
Yeah.
we've got
No,
Ahmad,
Lissandro.
Ugarte, Lisandro, three key players, very
Yeah.
very key
Ugarte
players.
as well.
Yeah, something going on with Ugarte that I heard. That Ugarte is injured as well. Someone in the chat tell me. When I see the tweet, I act like I didn't see it. I act like
Wow.
I don't see it because I don't want to get myself into tears. I'll be honest, but I heard Ugarte is injured as well.
Where's this game, by the way? Is that at Old Trafford?
You know, it's at Spurs Stadium. So we've got Mino injured,
Oh yeah,
bro.
Mino's injured. Yes, yes,
Bro,
Mino's
Mino's
injured.
injured. Ahmad is injured. Martinez is injured.
Is Casemiro finally going to play some games?
He has to. He has to. At this point, there's no other choice or option but to play him. But to play
Bro,
him.
you guys are about to get mauled and against a team that's not even doing well.
This is our injury list right now. And it just come out of like a storm. I'll just bring it up on the screen. It's come out of nowhere. This is the injury list. Ahmad, Martinez, Ugarte, Mino, Collier, Shaw. I mean, the last four I don't even count.
Yeah, don't worry about them.
I
Yeah.
don't. But I mean, how did? But I don't know if I actually feel like Man United players had a fight in the changing room. Because bro, what the hell? That's a
Bro,
Royal Rumble injury list,
that injury list makes your whole January window even worse now. The
bro.
fact you
It
didn't
really
even.
stings. Yeah, it really stings.
Now it compounds. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, 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 yes. Now it adds to the trauma and the issues. So, but I still think Man United are very typical, bro. When we're down and out, absolutely down and out, we figure a way out. And I think tomorrow we get a draw. And the draw tomorrow, in the grand scheme of things,
Mm.
make fans believe in this manager a little bit more. Say, yes, he figured it out with all these injuries. Every manager will have a game where he's absolutely conclusively he's going to get punched up and knocked out. But
What's going to happen if it goes the other way?
then nothing happens because you expected it. It was written in the stars that you were going to lose.
Faz, I don't think you understand your fan base, bro. Why
I
are you
don't I
being
don't
deluded?
I don't think I understand myself at this point.
Your fan base is moments away from being complete. Like, there's already Amorim out.
Yes, yes.
They are on the edge. They are on the edge as much as you want to put up this front that you're strong, you shouldn't be the manager. Bro, I'm starting to see Saeed move a little bit
Bro, can I
iffy.
be honest? Even myself.
Even yourself.
Yeah, I'm struggling to find words for Ruben at this point. I very much am struggling. I'm
So how are
very
you
much
gonna
struggling.
feel when the L is picked up against Spurs?
I'm very much struggling. And you know what, Miz? I'm looking at the Premier League table this season compared to
Mm.
last season, and how many points gets you relegated. Last season, 26 points
Ooh,
got you relegated.
wow.
This
I think your
season,
guys are 27, right? Right
yeah,
now.
this
Mm.
season, I think we just scrape relegation.
Mm.
We're 29. We're on 29 points. Last
Yeah.
season, 26 points got relegated. The
Mm.
season before, 34 points got relegated. The season before that, I think the 21-22 season, 35 points got relegated.
Yeah,
This
it's
is
not
how I
going to
look.
happen.
This is
It's
how
not
I
going to
look
happen.
at it.
This,
Yeah, well,
yeah.
but the league is
Ipswich
obviously
not going to be. Ipswich not going to be able to catch you guys. They're too far behind.
at 17 points. Yeah, and we're at 29. I mean, you say that, bro. I hope not. And like I say, I hope not, man. Leicester beating Spurs was a big shock. Big shock. I don't know how they did it.
Do you have any
Leicester-
of these relegation fodders? Like you guys got matches against them coming up soon? Any of the relegation ones? Like
yes, we
Ipswich,
yeah,
Wolves?
we do. So our fixture list, and I'll bring that up for you on the screen.
Because those are the important ones, Faz. It's the ones against the
Yeah,
relegation
so
fodders.
Ipswich we need to beat. Really and
Yeah.
truly. Leicester we need to beat.
Yes. Oh,
Um,
wow. Wow.
yeah,
Back to back Ipswich and Leicester. That's proper relegation 6 pointers there.
yeah, that'll be 12 points at games there. 6 point, 6 point. Yeah, yeah. We need to. Where is I think that's it. Yeah, Southampton. We're done with them. I think we are. We're done with Southampton now.
Wolves?
I don't think we can beat Wolves, bro. I don't think we beat Wolves, bro. I'll be honest.
Bro, there
I don't,
could be a possibility you could finish 16th.
yeah, 15th, 16th, yeah. 15, 16. Worst finish in decades in the history, probably.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm
Because
scared
look
for
at this run
Amorim,
of
bro.
games, Miz. Look at this run of games, right? Spurs loss, Everton loss. But I think we're gonna
Everton,
drop.
guaranteed loss.
No,
Everton, put that down as a loss straight away. Straight away. That's a guaranteed.
I think
Bro,
we draw to Spurs and win to Everton.
yeah, okay, continue.
And then I think we beat Ipswich. So
Yeah,
that's
I'll
our
give
7
that.
points. Arsenal, we lose. Fulham is FA Cup, count that out. Leicester, we win.
Yeah, I give that.
Forest,
You're not winning that. You're not winning that.
we lose. Man City, we lose. Newcastle, we lose. Newcastle, we beat, actually.
You said the same thing last time as well against Newcastle. Why do you disrespect Newcastle like that? They have a striker called Isak.
I don't know. I don't know why I did this to us.
Put yourself as an L on that one, bro, and move on to the next fixture.
Okay. Wolves, we beat at home.
Yeah, I
Bournemouth
think
away, we
you're not
draw.
winning. You're losing that
Brentford,
one.
we draw.
Yeah, that one's a draw.
West Ham, we win. Chelsea, we draw.
That's probably a draw.
Aston Villa, we win. That's a
Hmm.
lot of points there, miss. That's a lot of points.
Yeah. I think the Everton one, you got to give yourself. Everton are a strong effing team, bro.
Yeah, they've not
now.
lost a game, have they, in the last?
Under Moyes. I think they won tonight as well, no?
Yeah.
Everton? Away
Yeah.
from home to Crystal Palace, who are doing well.
Yeah, they've not lost a game in 5 games.
Yeah, you're not winning
And they
that
have
one.
scored, if I'm not mistaken, 3, 4, 8, 10. They've scored 12 goals in the last 5 games.
No chance. No chance. And they'll have a little bit of zip to that game as well. David Moyes, Everton manager, ex-Man United manager, a bit of
Yeah, vengeance.
vengeance there. So
Vengeance. Ronald with the super chat says Ahmad injury could be due to tackle in training ankle ligament injury, minor muscle for a few weeks, so training again. Ugarte and Collier could be sickness or flu as well. Report and miss Spurs. Yeah, that's all the injuries. Listen, Miz,
go.
thank you for the positivity at the end of the show. We will circle back next week to see where our teams are. I mean, just as we wrap up now, your next game is against Aston Villa, a huge, massive game. And I know you said that you're going to lose against Aston Villa. are you still in the mind frame of that you're going to lose to Aston Villa, or do you think you could?
Yeah,
You could.
yeah. 2 seasons ago, when the new ownership took over, I created a new concept in our fan base, which was expected loss. So, XL concept is back. Um, I'm not even joking. I see no confidence, no morale boosting situation happening. If anything, I see Marcus Rashford seeing us and lighting up the show for Aston Villa and dunking on us on
Mm,
that match. So, um, Aston Villa, yeah, I'm not positive on me. And knowing that our problems that we don't have a striker. We're gonna have to
mm.
go in again with Nkunku, and our defense is leaky. Um, yeah, fully expect a loss there. I fully expect a loss. Expected loss. XL. Yeah.
Fully expect a loss. Okay, and they will be at 41 points if they beat you, which is even closing in. And if you do lose that game and Newcastle beats Nottingham Forest, or
They'll go ahead. Yeah.
they'll go ahead, which I don't think they will do. I think that game's got a draw or
Draw written
Forest
over
win.
it.
Yeah, draw
Yeah.
written all over it. Fulham got Palace. I think that's got a draw written all over it as well. So you should be safe for a little bit. You really need to. You don't. This game week, you're fine. You're fine. Aston Villa is a free hit for you. That's what I will say. It's a free hit because the other teams are
It's a
also got
free
tough.
hit.
Yeah, Southampton game you will beat, Leicester you will beat,
Yeah,
so you'll have
that I
6 points
expect to
there,
win.
and
Yeah.
you will be back into the top four again. So all is not lost for you guys. Let's have a chill pill, take it easy, have some biryani, and you'll be fine, right?
Yeah. A-okay.
Listen, make sure you check out Mrs. channel. It is in the title. The other side of the coin is does all the watch alongs. Are you doing a watch along for the Spurs United game?
It's in insane hours, man. That's like
Ah,
3:30 a.m. for me. I would have loved to do that, but I've got work as well
yeah.
tomorrow. So, yeah, some of these games are in mad time. So,
Mad
yeah.
timings. Yep, mad timings indeed. What you got coming up? Tell them.
So, just delivered the latest Chelsea news. If you guys want to be up to date on what is happening in the Chelsea front, check out the latest news that dropped right before this show. Tomorrow, I might do inshallah, God willing, I'll do a live stream early morning UK, roughly around 9:30 a.m. UK time, talking about the current situation and how messy it is. And then we lead up to the Aston Villa game as the days goes on. So hopefully I'll have Faz and we'll do a collaboration sometime
Yes.
during this week before the next match.
Yes.
Just talk about some of the latest stuff that's happening with both of our teams, and other teams as well if we find it needing to talk about them. And that's pretty much it. That's very much Chelsea's the focus at the moment because things are strange. And third season running under this new ownership, yeah, it's not looking good. It's not looking good.
Listen, Chelsea tears, we will be there, man. We will be there. I was Chelsea FC early on in the season, hoping that they'll win the league, but you guys have absolutely collapsed me, man. Absolutely collapsed me. But listen, make sure, like I said, to check out Mrs. channel, the other side of the coin. The link is in the title. He's very, very close to 40k, people. Very, very close to 40k. I think only 1.3k to go. So if we can all head over and click the subscribe, and also he has memberships as well. So make sure you become a member on his channel. It helps the creators massively, even if you just subscribe. So make sure you do. He's got lots of content dropping, and we will be there to look at Chelsea's tears. Listen, Miss, I appreciate you. Thank you for joining, bro, and have a good rest of the day. Take care, Miss.
So yeah, bye.
Right, and that was Miss, man. I thought before I end the show, let me have a catch up with you guys because I've not really spoken to all of you, the family members, and what's been happening with Manchester United. Listen, now that Miss is gone, the family talk begins. Yeah, this is internal politics, man. We are in trouble. We are in fucking trouble. Ruben Amorim is in deep shit. Now, I'm not Amorim out. I'm not. And I am kind of rant sent a voice note, yeah. And I was struggling to argue with him or give a rebuttal. I was struggling. I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link. It's not a calling show, so I'll give you guys just a couple minutes each to come in and have your say. Yeah, quick couple minutes, everybody, because we need to circle. I've not done a stream this week. It's been Valentine's week, man. Man United have stressed me out. I've been Valentining. I've been going enjoying steaks. Do you know what I'm saying? Ricky's buzzing because of Ericsson ball tomorrow, bro. But part of me feels like I'm a bit more Ruben Amorim in because of these injuries now. And am I a hypocrite for that? Am I a hypocrite because I said the same things with Eric Ten Hag? So should I be a little bit more Amorim concerned? You know, I'm struggling here to make my mind up. I'll be honest. I am struggling, and I don't know where I stand yet. Big up to Yasser who joined first. Big up Yasser.
Big up, Faz, man.
I'll give you a
Thank you,
couple
bro.
minutes, bro. 5 minutes. Go on, talk to me, bro.
Well, listen. So I just have a couple questions for you.
Go, yeah, please feel free. Feel
Because
free.
obviously I'm not a United fan, but I just wanted to give my
Right, who do you
opinion.
support?
Chelsea, but I'm
Okay,
not
all right, okay,
no
yeah,
bias.
go.
My thing is, I know that obviously Amorim's doing his thing and he's basically trying to implement his system. But when you're this close to, not very close, but you the other side of the table, yeah.
Mm.
Don't you think you should have kind of done like a Tuchel, where you kind of look at the squad, get it to the end of the season, and then get rid of the players you don't like?
Yes, yes,
Build that whole thing, especially
yes,
you've been at United for a while.
yes, yes. He should have done, but it's not to say that he can't do. It's not to say that he won't do,
Mhm.
because he's still in two competitions, two winnable competitions: the FA
Yeah.
Cup and the Europa League. The league for me is written off. Some of the other fans are like, we are Man United, we can never write seasons off, but I can. Considering the situation that we're in, I can, and I'm willing to do it, no problem.
Yeah.
Based on those factors, I don't think he has done abysmal, because he's not been kicked out of a cup competition yet. The moment he gets kicked out of the FA Cup, let's say next round against Fulham, or the Europa League next round, that's when I'm gonna start having stronger feelings about Amorim. But right now, even the fact is he's had injuries. Man United fans have blamed everything on the manager. The injuries have been blamed on the manager. I blame the manager for injuries. The dressing room cohesion, the relationships amongst the players, the fans, the media, the tactics, everything I blamed on the manager one way or another. So at this point, I think the only safest bet is to see if he can get to a final of one of these cup competitions. Because if he can, then the tone changes massively. Because
I think
Eric
mostly Europa League than
than
FA
the
Cup,
FA
is
Cup,
it?
sure, yeah, mostly. But if he does win the FA Cup, then he's outdone Eric Ten Hag, because Eric won the Carabao Cup. It's almost like it's Amorim versus Eric. Who does the better job in the first season? The factors are that
We have the
Amorim's had.
same thing. We have the same thing with Poch and Maresca.
Yeah,
Remember,
yeah,
the ones
yeah,
that
yeah,
didn't want him out are looking at this guy saying they're waiting for him to fail. The ones
yeah.
that want a new start, whatever. Bro, it's one of those circles, and it just keeps
The
coming back.
Eric outers will have more patience with Amorim. This is a fact, because the Ole outers had more patience with Eric.
Mm-hmm.
So the Eric outers have more patience with Amorim. But the Eric inners have less patience with Amorim, because they wanted Eric to stay. And that's just where the whole fan base lies right now. I think you can't look back and say we should have kept Eric one season, or we should have kept Rude, or we should have got shoulda, coulda, woulda. What's gone? You
Yeah,
can't cry
it's
over
the past
spilled
now.
milk.
Yeah.
Right now, I think the latest thing is we didn't tackle the market well enough, and it's affecting
Yeah.
us. Literally a week or so after the market closes, 2 weeks after the market closes, players are injured, and you couldn't have written it. You could not have written it.
The same thing with us. Literally, our two strikers dropped on the ground on
Yes.
deadline day. You know,
Yeah.
on the game on deadline day. So
Yeah.
yeah, man, it's just the market and stuff. Yeah, but I just
And
thought for me, he just had to. There was certain, small. It's almost like we're looking at it as basic mistakes that the
yes.
manager's making, but that affect the team or the results a lot. Like playing a Kobe in a false nine or playing that left
Yeah.
wing
I
back
think
right. But these things that you think the managers aren't helping themselves. At
Yeah, I
least
think I
get the
think
result.
that's very fair that Ruben is failing in terms of getting his lineup selection wrong, the
Yeah.
rotation of the players wrong. He is showing a lot of novice behavior. He is, without whether you like it or not, he is. And the same thing we said to Eric Ten Hag fanboys, and they didn't want to hear it. So I'm not gonna be the same and say, "Oh my God, no," because I want to keep Ruben in. He has look at what he's got to work with, but then look at what Moyes has to work with. Look
Mm.
at what Moyes has to work with. Manchester United fans are saying we might lose to David Moyes in 2025. What does that tell you? David Moyes is freaking 60-odd-year-old and working in Everton, bro. Everton, where were they earlier in the season? Where was Everton? Have you forgotten? He's
They
taken
got
Everton
new,
from the
they got
pits
new
of hell.
owners or something. You know
Yeah,
what I
they
mean?
took Everton from the pits of hell. And I think it's gonna, like I say, it's gonna be a 2-year thing before Man United start producing anything, man. I think it's gonna be a big 2-year period before we start producing anything at all, because you just have so much clear up to do. So much clear up to do. We still sit here and say Welbeck could come back. Rashford is doing okay-ish in Villa. Sancho started the season at Chelsea so well. Anthony started firing. He's getting man of the match performances, even though his
Yeah.
performances have been. By the way, his performances have not been good, but he's getting man of the matches one way or another. I don't understand. I'll be honest. I don't. But listen, big up to you. Yes, I
Yeah.
appreciate you
Big
for
up,
joining,
man.
bro.
Big
Yeah,
up at
love.
the same
Take it easy,
time, man.
bro. Take it easy. I see you in the comments all the time, man. I appreciate you.
Yeah. He
Take it
said
easy.
he
Make
said
sure you check
yeah.
out
Big
his
up.
channel as well. He's a Chelsea fan. He does Chelsea content. So make sure you check out Yasser
Yeah.
TV
Thank you, bro.
as well. Yeah, big up to Yasser, man. Big up to Yasser. Ronald, man.
Hmm. Hmm. Hi, my toxic friend, my brother, my toxic brother.
Listen,
How are
at the end
you?
of the day, I was right and you were wrong.
I
That's
don't
all that
care.
matters.
I don't care.
That's all that
Keep the
matters.
same energy. I just need the same energy, bro.
I
Do
was
not have
right
an
and you
energy
was wrong.
shift. About what?
You know about what?
Explain.
I don't need to. The proof is in the
Yeah,
pudding.
see? Yeah. I was right and you were wrong. 3 years ago, when I said back Ronaldo and not
Three
Eric Ten
years
Hag,
is
you said
different.
no,
3 years
back
ago is
back Ten
3 years
Hag.
ago.
You said back the
Right
manager.
now is right now.
You said back the manager.
Right now is right now.
And I backed
Yeah.
the manager to the point it pissed you off with me as brothers. I just did it to piss you off. You don't know how
No.
petty I am.
No. Listen, you
If I want
thought.
to be petty, I have to be
Listen,
petty.
you lost a bet this
It's
season.
absolutely
I did not
fine.
lose a bet.
I paid the debt. It's done.
You
It's
lost
paid
the
in full.
You lost the
It's
bet,
paid in
and
full.
I did not lose the bet.
And it's paid in full. So
Thank you. Thank you.
No, absolutely. I have to stand by my words.
Yeah.
Support a
Now,
brother
now,
always.
moving forward. Yes.
Moving
Indeed.
past from
Okay.
that
Yeah.
to where we are right now.
Yeah.
I just want to keep the same energy. I'm not saying manager out before anyone thinks I am manager out. No,
Okay.
I'm definitely manager in.
Okay.
I am the ownership out because I don't know
Yeah.
what 4D chess this ownership is playing to buy more shares that they really want United to be relegated so they get more shares. Bro, what kind of meaty 4D chess is that? Because let's get this right. Ten Hag was about to be sacked FA Cup, right? He was about to be sacked. They were interviewing 3 managers. They interviewed. I think 2 of them were 3-4-3 system managers. I don't lie, right? So they knew they're going to get a 3-4-3 system manager. That's what they were eyeing. So if that manager came in the summer, they would have spent the money, right? Now summer went past. We never did that. The manager comes in. How on earth are you not getting him something, bro? Like not even a meaty loan. You got Ten Hag, Wout Weghorst on loan. How on earth did we not sign a I'll be honest with you, and I know he's your guy because you backed him, Joga Bonito.
At the
If
start.
Rashford's loan had come before Anthony's loan, I don't think Anthony would be gone.
At the start, listen. At the start, I was Anthony very much, but now.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying. Obviously, you need bodies, right? We were a man down anyways, because Rashford wasn't part of the plan. So we were light in attack anyways. I was asking this question. Funny enough, I was asking this question 2 or 3 weeks ago before the transfer window ended. I was asking people, if Ahmad Diallo gets injured, what are we gonna do?
Yeah, I said that's what we're gonna do. But
And
even if we
people
had,
said,
the thing is, even if we had
no,
Anthony
no,
as
no, I'm not
Rashford.
talking about Anthony. I'm talking about a signing. Why did
Oh,
we
okay.
not look at why did we not look at João Felix? You were talking to Chelsea the entire damn January
Yeah,
window.
true,
It
true,
was a 5 million deal, a loan deal.
true.
That's the exact same money. You save 5.6 million on Rashford's salary itself,
Yeah,
not the bonuses. Forget the bonuses.
yeah,
He
yeah,
never
yeah,
got
yeah, yeah.
that. But just the salary, you're saving 5.6. So why not get Felix for that?
I think
Hell
I
was
think Ineos
another.
definitely are not the type of owners that Glazers are. Glazers would throw money at things and hope it sticks, but Ineos are going about it differently. They're trying to make all the shrewd and smart businesses by signing the likes of Mazarawi, Ugarte, Zexi, cutting jobs and
Bro,
everything.
Mazarawi was, I'll be honest, I hear it when people say Mazarawi. Mazarawi was just a lucky signing. You know why? Because of his comments. If he hadn't made the comment
Sure,
he had made for
sure.
a certain place, I'll say it.
Mm,
I don't have a problem with it. I just want to make sure your channel is okay. But people, they actually had a problem. Hence, they said, "Oh, you want the lit? Why don't take him as well?"
yeah, 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 yeah.
Ineos aren't doing that, bro. Ineos aren't moving like that unless our option comes in. Ogate was not an Ineos signing. Ogate was a Jorge Mendes signing. You know it. I know it. To get Euro, Jorge Mendes said you have to sign Ogate first. He's my client too.
Mm,
He's struggling at PSG. So we signed Ogate, then we got the Euro deal in the bag.
mm.
So I'm not sure of the talent
I'm
I
not.
need.
I'm not gonna be upset about you saying the manager out. You know, I totally
I'm
understand.
not manager out, bro. I want to back this manager. You know why? He did what I have been asking Manchester United to do for the last so many years. Rashford's not at the club. He's not here. The reality is he's
Let's
not
see
here.
what the ownership does in summer. That's the
They're
only
not
way
doing
we will know.
nothing, bro. They're not
Let's
doing
see.
nothing. I'm telling you, in the summer, you okay, hear this out. In the summer, you're about to be slapped with an excuse called we got more shares, hence no money to spend on the club.
Well, the only way we know
Because
is
when does
come summer. Other than
when does
that,
the
we
18
won't know.
months of Faz, when does the 18 months end? You know, right? After 18 months, they can buy more
Yeah,
shares,
they can. Yeah,
right? That's the summer. This
yeah,
summer, 18 months are done.
and then they'll be able to buy more shares. Yeah.
Exactly. So do you think they're going to prioritize the team over
Mm,
their own? No, they're
mm.
not.
Only
The
time will tell.
guy, Ineos, the leader, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, is a rich man. Let's get this right. I'm not saying
Mm,
he's stingy, or I'm not saying he's broke. He is looking for a legacy. He is not trying to make Manchester great again. Forget if you think he is. The man is only looking for a legacy. That is why he's throwing any type of bish bosh money, any and every sport he can.
mm,
Cycling, he's there. F1, he's there. Rugby, he's there. Bro, he is sponsoring the rugby national team, and he can't even make the sponsorship payments to them. He's their official
mm.
sponsor, and people are telling me he's going to get me Oshiman. Brother, he can't even make a payment for a team he sponsors. And they're
Listen,
suing
Ronald.
him. They are suing him, bro.
Let's
So
see what
if you think
happens.
this is bad, Baz, if you think this is bad, I remember your line and it got stuck in my head. Prepare for it to go from bad to worse.
Mm.
Because there's more. We thought this is bad. Nah, nah, nah. Jesus said, nah. Wait, hold on. There's more. Wait for the summer. Wait for the summer. This summer, last season you said people are gonna be crying tears. You were right. We all did. I did, in a way, because I backed the previous manager. This season, I'm telling you, end of it, people will be crying blood tears, bro. Blood tears. That's what's gonna happen to this
I
club.
mean, it can only get better after that. That's
In
can't
championship,
get any worse, man. It can't
in
get any
championship
worse.
against
Any worse than
Millwall
that is championship. Here we go.
on a Tuesday night against Millwall.
On a
Okay, we'll
Tuesday
be
night,
there.
mate. On a Tuesday night against
Bring it to you. Please
Luton and
like the
all of them
video,
teams.
man. Support my brother, bro. Come on, people.
Big up to Ronald as always. Listen, big up to Ronald. Appreciate you. One of the longest standing members of the channel. Big up to Ronald as always, man. Love Ronald. Take it easy, bro. Let me bring up Paul. Paul, who's been backstage.
Yo,
What are you telling me,
so,
Paul?
listen, I'm here to tell you this straight, right? Ruben Amorim, you got 3 games to save yourself. I don't care anymore. I'm done. Listen, we could do this, and listen, the ownership too as well. I'm done with the ownership. All these people who are out here running PR for Ineos, I don't care. These guys could single-handedly relegate us this season. I really have no hope in Ineos. The only hope I had was with this guy coming in to actually coach. And right now, he's doing a terrible job in doing any of that at this moment. So let's really stop with all of this. Oh, you can't say Ruben Amorim out right now because that means you didn't want him. I didn't. So I wanted Hansi Flick. I wanted De Zerbi, but it was not realistic at the time. Amorim came in cool, but what has he done right now to realistically say that he deserves more time? I'm not even saying Amorim out now. I'm just saying we've already lost to Crystal Palace. Tottenham, we're going to lose that game tomorrow. And really and truly, I think people, if we lose 6-0 tomorrow, don't be surprised because it could happen. Everton will lose that game. So that's 2 losses. Ipswich is not a guaranteed win. Ipswich on a good day can actually give you a game. So if we lose 3 games, that would mean for the month of February, Manchester United have not won a Premier League game. How is that acceptable?
He's looking bad, isn't he?
No, seriously, how's that acceptable? In 16th place, no Premier League games won. And then people would then say, oh, but he needs to get his players. What kind of rubbish is that? United fans need to get real. We're in a relegation battle. And these dumb owners thought it was good to let Anthony go. Now, as much as people may not rate Anthony or Maresca, though that's a body that we needed. That's a body we needed.
I hear it. That's a body you needed, but them bodies ain't doing. They're dead bodies. They're not doing anything.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Okay, so in my opinion, if you're bleeding, are you then going to pick up the gun and shoot your other foot? Like, that's what we're doing. Like, we were bleeding. We were crying out for help. And what we've done is, okay, cool. We just picked up a gun or a knife and stabbed ourselves in another part of our body to bleed out again. What kind of sense does that make? This club really is just a catastrophe of errors from top to bottom. Like, everything about this club is just an error. Error with ownership, error with fans, error with the players. Heck, look, the club is run like a project building, public housing, the hood, toilet shitty, rats running on the pitch, salmonella being served out to people who purchase food. Like, what the fuck? Like, seriously, what is this club turning into? Like, we legitimately, I know people could make jokes, we may not get relegated, and we may not get relegated. Let's be real. I mean, Southampton, we're 20 points clear of Southampton. I don't think Southampton realistically would even get one more point in this Premier League season. So they're gone. They're gone. It's the other 2, Leicester and Ipswich. And cool, Leicester cannot score goals. Ipswich also really can't really score goals. So we might be safe, but still, it's not guaranteed yet. We're not mathematically safe.
Yeah, but we're
even
not. If we end up winning the FA Cup, the whole tone changes.
Listen, I don't think. Number one, I don't think we're winning the FA Cup.
If we get to the Europa League semi-final, the whole tone changes.
It could.
So
But
right
again,
now it's too early.
it's not too early. If my prediction does come correct and we lose those 3 games, there's nowhere to hide because then
We
everybody
ain't
will
losing
be
the
like,
3 games. We're not. We're
Stranger
not.
things. I don't
We're
get
gonna
shocked.
we're gonna beat Everton, bro.
In fact, that's the one game I think we'll lose. That's the one game I think we'll lose. I think we stand a better chance of beating Spurs than Everton. Everton right now are playing on adrenaline. You can't do anything to stop.
Yeah, and
Like,
adrenaline stops at some point, and it stops with us.
nah. The form Everton are playing in right now, they could beat any team in the league.
Everton are playing who next? Let me actually see who are Everton playing next. Everton are playing. I mean, yeah, they are doing fantastically. They're doing
The
very well.
form they're in right, they could beat any Premier League team because it's just the bounce of Moyes that
Everton are playing. Well, yeah, their next game is actually us.
yeah, that's what I'm
So
saying.
they got a long time off.
And they just beat Crystal Palace today.
They got a long
The
time
draw
off.
against Liverpool, 4 wins, 1 draw, and a loss. That's Moyes' record. Do you think that's going to stop? Like, I know at some point it's going to run out, but can you really back this team to go to Goodison Park in their final year? This is literally the last dance for them. This is like every game now at Goodison Park, they want to make that count. So do you really think on their final year of Goodison Park, they're going to let a shit Manchester United team come there and just give them the freedom of Goodison Park? And
No, they're not gonna. No.
like, they're going to make it tough. And these players can't really. They buckle under pressure when the pressure hits them in the face. So
Just get used. My thing is get used to this. Get used
I'm
to
already
this.
used to it.
Yeah,
I'm
so
already
there's no
used to
point
it.
going in at the manager. It's I think the manager's dealing with injuries as well. He's dealing with a bad ownership as well. He's dealing with a lot of rotten squad as well. So I think the fair thing to say or to do is just wait it out till the summer. Wait it out till the summer. Next season, based on the summer transactions, we can then say how he goes about next season.
Well,
But until then, the safest thing to say is just wait it out. Wait it out.
well, they're
Wait it
saying
out.
in the
He ain't
summer
gonna get relegated. He's not going to get relegated.
we might not. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but all I'm saying is even look at the summer now, for example. What they're already briefing out in February. No money, no money, no money. So I don't know. For me, this club just gets boring now. It's like, listen,
There will be money. We just bought Dogu for 30 million. There will be money.
we'll see. We'll see. Stranger things.
Man United always have money. This thing about we don't have money is a load of bollocks. We just bought
Manchester
Dogu.
United have money. Like, United are listed on the stock exchange. It's just where the money is going to. That's my problem, and that's what I've always said for years.
Well, you'll get your players. You'll get your players like you do every summer. Every summer you get players one way or another. So you will get your players this summer as well. You will.
I just feel, for me personally, I just think relegation just might be the best outfit for this football club, because it's like I'd rather we just start all over again, refresh, get rid of everybody. If the Glazers want to go, they could go.
What's to say that relegation makes the Glazers go away? Might not.
Well,
might not.
If they don't go away, I'll go away. So a win-win for me. If they don't go away, I'll go away. So it's fine. So
big up Paul, man. Big up Paul, man. Appreciate you, bro. Appreciate you. Love for joining. Love for joining, man. Listen, bare people are frustrated, man. They don't want to see the team like this. But I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it. I'm comfortable in this. When you let it in, that's when you can really feel it. Do you know what I'm saying? You have to open up, man. You have to be open to these things. And you got to let it in. Eventually, you will start feeling okay. And that's what it is. That's what it is. I've let it in, the fact that Man United are in this situation. I've accepted it. I've rolled around in it. I've rolled around with it. I've thought, and I've said, you know what? This is where we are. This is where we are. This is what we are. And the fact is, eventually, we will get better. Things will get better. It gets worse. At the start, when the pain starts at the start, when you're letting it in, it hurts. It's painful. It's uncomfortable. You're not used to it. You're not comfortable with the idea, but eventually you're okay. And I'm sorry, but that's just the best way to go about it. It will stop someday. This will stop someday. This pain, this trauma, these emotions will stop one day. Do you know what I'm saying? But you know, once you sit, you stay put, and that's what I am. You know what I'm saying? That's what I am. I don't know why people are going in on the chat saying, pause. I don't know what the hell. I don't know what the hell people are going on about, but listen, big up to everyone for tuning in. It's been a solid show. Appreciate you all. If you're new to the channel, make sure you drop a subscribe on the video and smash up the likes as well whilst you're here. Big up to everyone who got over 100 likes. Thank you all. Very appreciative of you guys. Quick announcement. I am playing football. Back to football. March 15th is my game. March 15th. I'm playing a charity game in the UK. Let me see. Yeah, March 15th. Brain Changers charity match. Holyhead Hotspurs stadium. The ticket links and everything will be in my Instagram and all of that stuff. So keep a lookout for that. It's on March 15th, 7 p.m. kickoff. March 15th, 7 p.m. kickoff at the Holyhead Hotspurs Stadium. Postcode is LL652YE. So I'll be playing in March 15th. My training for the game actually starts. When does my training actually start for my game? I think my training starts end of this month. Yeah, end of February. End of February I start. Will I be having? Will you have the bucket hat on? No, I will not. But I might have something else on. I might have something else on. Fast, quick hairline check. The turkey vlog is dropping soon. Have patience. Have patience. The turkey vlog is dropping soon, and I think I might start a series, bro. I am watching, right, Chunks. I'm watching Speed, and all of these guys play football, and these guys are so dust. These guys are dust, man. I'll be real. These guys are dust. You know what I'm saying? That's all I can say. These guys are absolute dust. I need to be in these games, man. In the Sidemen, Beta Squad, Match for Hope, all of these games, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to be in them. Sidemen, Beta Squad, if you're watching this, bro, call me, man. Call me. I'm telling you now, if I play on that pitch, it's a madness. It's a madness. I'm scoring at least 5 goals. At least. That's it. That's even a minimum. Minimum. Do you know what I'm saying? At least. But yeah, big up to everyone. Thanks for joining. Appreciate you all. Quick hairline check. Are you ready?